All right, so today, what I want to try to do is, what is it that I want to do? Well, I want to create a little world for our little bird here to fly around in and potentially bump into the walls. Basically stay on the screen. Let's see what we can do. Now, first off, I'm going to take the main camera and I'm going to adjust the main camera to make the world view a little bit bigger. So if I say 10, basically we have 4 times the space in the real world now. Just going to do that. Easy enough. All right, so I've already shown you how to set up tile palettes in a previous video. And in this one, I want to talk about, kind of using tile maps and tile palettes along with Tilemap Colliders to sort of create this world that our bird can move around in, or our little character, he's hiding underneath the bird as well. So anyway, first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a collider on the player. So this is the higher level one, so I don't have to worry about managing the collider on the bird and managing the collider on the little sprite hero. If I wanted to be more precise, certainly we could do that, but let's just stick with the simple thing right now. Okay, Circle Collider 2D. There it is. Circle Collider 2D. And if I see the scene, there it is. All right, so there, maybe I make it a little bit bigger. 0.75, make it 1. All right, easy enough. Okay, so right now the bird has nothing to bump into, so of course I want to give it something to bump into potentially. So let's kind of try to create a maze, shall we? All right, so let's do this. And we will say, okay, in our hierarchy now, we have the player, we have the camera. We want to create, it's sort of 2 things. We're going to kind of create them simultaneously. We're going to say create a tile map. And what that's going to do simultaneously is going to give us a grid and a tile map to work with, okay? Because the tile map needs a grid to work on top of. The grid sets up things with the sizes, the gap in between cells, and so on and so on. But the tile map is really going to be where we put the tiles, all right? So I'm going to open up the tile palette. It's in my 2D tools here, 2D window, tile palette. And of course, it probably is opening it up on another screen. Bring it over here. And I have a couple of different tile palettes kind of set up. We have the Tiny RPG, we have Bayat Games, we have another version of the RPG, and so on. So let's grab this one for sake of argument. And I am going to use this, one of these rock sort of looking things. And I'm going to create a, just a sort of play field or a border around things. And I'm actually going to go ahead and use the filled box version here. And all right, fair enough. And there we go. Okay, we have a filled box with some tiles on it. Now, let's also, for the heck of it, we will do this. I'm going to make a, oops, I don't like the filled box there. Go back to painting. We'll do this. Okay, we have sort of a little room in there now. And we can put a little thing like that. All right. Now, if I play the game and I move around using my WASD keys, let's see, I guess I'm, let's see. Well, right now, the main point is I can fly all over the place. My bird has no limitations and it can fly anywhere, which is not good. Well, maybe it's good, but it's not what I want to do at this point. So I want to keep it inside this place here. So the easy thing to do is going to be, okay, let's put a Tilemap Collider on this particular tile map. So Tilemap Collider 2D, and you'll see it automatically. We have a highlight around all of those. And this is on the default layer. And let's see, the player's collider is also in the default layer. So I'm gonna I'm gonna check out, make sure project settings, and bring that up here, that default and default cannot collide. So what do I want to do? I want to put one of them, I'll make the ground layer. All right. So the ground layer, it makes sense that this tile map should be on, we'll call it the ground layer. So the ground layer and the default layer, they are allowed to collide with one another. So now, bonk, bonk, bonk. So our bird can no longer just go anywhere. It has to stay inside of this world. I'm gonna go ahead and switch into WASD mode here, just to be a little bit more precise. So you can see I can fly into this room, but I can't get out unless I go out an opening. So here we go. Fix my physics or something on. But that's the simple way to go ahead and set up a Tilemap Collider, to use it to kind of create the boundaries of a world. Now, of course, I can put a script on there. I can say, okay, if the player collides with those boundaries, what happens? You know, just like any other sort of collider. All right. So let's go in real quickly, though. Now, what if I don't want it to collide with everything? So I can always use multiple tile maps. So I'm going to go ahead and say create 2D object tile map. Here's another one. And by default, it added. So I'm going to make this one boundary ground. And this one will just be background. And I don't need these two grids unless I want them to be different sizes. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one and delete this one. Delete. And this one does not have a collider on it. This one does have a collider on it. So I'm going to now paint in some extra things. Again, I'm going to go to my tile palette. And let's just grab that sort of brownish, or well, let's do this. Let's see. Is this going to work? We'll paint there and there and here. So I can go ahead and make it look nice. I don't know how this is going to work out here. This is going to be a little bit, let's see, does that work? A little sketchy. I should speed up this part of the video, but let's go ahead and, whoops. And for now, I'll do this kind of a quicker, sloppy version here. And I'm going to grab this dirt in the middle here. Didn't want to do that. Undo. Dirt in the middle here. Let's do it with the box. And here. All right, that's just the quick version again. And we'll close this. Now this is the background, which does not have a collider. This is the boundaries, which does have a collider. So now I'm having a hard time moving. Why is that? Background. Did I paint on the wrong one? That's possible. Let's see here. Background. Leave it to me to do that. Okay. Show you something I should have pointed out. With this tile palette, once on the screen here, I can set the focus and say, okay, show me the tile map. All right. And this is the tile map. This is the background. Okay, so, yep, what I did is I screwed up and I drew what I I wanted to be the background on the tile map. So now it's kind of stuck in there, which is bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase. So I'm on the boundary, on the ground now. Okay, let's go ahead. I don't know of an easy kind of cut and paste kind of thing for that, which is too bad. So here we are going, erasing. Maybe I should have copied that whole tile map and then, yeah. Anyway, you'll get the idea. We'll do this pretty quickly. And I'm gonna cheat and do the other one really, really fast. So if I select that background, okay, that's why it's sometimes good to make sure you've got the right one selected. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this the quick way, which of course is just to fill it all in. All right, now this one is the background ground, and this one is the background. And when I hit play, okay, now the bird happily flies around, bumps into walls, just like a real bird would in this case. All right, there you go. There you have it. Simple background with a Tilemap Collider. Let's switch to this mode. There we go. Much more controllable in the WASD mode. All right, thanks. Hopefully that helps with your progress. Take care.